So without further ado, the topic, as you can see on the screen, is motivation and positive thinking. I welcome every one of you all, and thank you for joining this webinar. What you saw in the earlier video, that was all about the good health that I'm part of this global enterprise called ZXN. But that's not my topic. My topic is basically two very important areas that we need to work on, and that is the need of the hour. I mean, since last almost 1.5 years, we are seeing, and what Shebi just mentioned, what's happening in the Middle East, it's happening all around the world. So the agenda of today's webinar, everybody is curious. What I'm going to talk is what is motivation and how to be motivated. That's the topic. Positive thoughts and action. How to avoid and eliminate negative thoughts with positive thoughts. And so I'm going to do some exercise also. But prior to that, I would request all of you all to be with me for this coming 50 minutes to an hour. This may change your life if you take it really seriously. You need not to write notes, but listen and ask me question right in the end. And I would request, all the mobiles that you are having, so put it in the silent mode so that you don't get disturbed in this 1 hour time. I've got a gift at the end of the webinar because everybody would like to be motivated. Then what is the way that I'm going to give it right in the end? If you have questions, please write in the chat box and send it across. And our panelists, they are going to take out the questions and I'm going to answer right in there. That is the best part of this webinar. And of course, there are 2 polls. And in the polls, I would like you to participate. There is a very simple yes-no answer. One simple question, and that will let me know that you are there listening. And most important, once you participate, then only you enjoy the whole session. So sit back, enjoy, and learn from this webinar. So the first question is, what is motivation? This is a beautiful picture. There is always a carrot in front. This is the carrot story where you get motivated because of certain thing. So the definition, in my opinion, is that drive, that passion, that fire that you have, which makes you get up in the morning and go out to brace the world, your work, your business, whatever you are doing. So motivation is a very, very important area. So I would like you to go into the poll, and Ashwin, if you can just get the poll up. And can any motivational speaker, he can be the biggest motivational speaker, can he or she motivate you? Just click yes or no, and that will be something that I'm looking forward to. And you've got exactly 1 minute, and in 1 minute, it's a very simple question. Can I motivate you? Even whatever years of speaking that I'm doing. So it is very important, everyone, to participate. Just click on yes or no, that's it. And I'm seeing up till now, only 44 people have participated out of 80, which is on the Zoom room. I don't know about the Facebook. So it is about now 51 out of 81, and we have still the voting is going on. So we can stop over here, Ashwin. All right. And what you're looking at is 70% of the people have voted yes. Can any motivational speaker motivate you? And 30% of the people have said no. So I will now answer your question from my next slide. Now look at the top of the brand mobile, and that can be your i12 Max Pro. This is what it is right over there. And this can be the best phone, right, when it is fully charged. So motivation, remember, is that charge. This phone is useless without being charged. So what is happening basically in those huge motivational seminars and webinars and gathering. There is a lot of hype. There's a lot of jumping. All kind of things are happening. So the motivation is there for that day for sure. For second day and third day, what happens on the fourth day? You are back to where you are. Just remember this mobile. So no one can motivate you. So all those who have said yes, temporarily you can be motivated. The person to motivate you is only you and you only. And I'll tell you how to get motivated. And that's my, part of the webinar. So nowadays, I would like to, share what is my motivation nowadays. There are a lot of things. When I left Dubai about 6 months back, I said, there was something in my bucket list to learn Arabic grammar. So I have started learning since February 1st. And we have got a class of about 24 students. And I really get motivated to see a child. It's just about 10 years old. And imagine that that child is in that class and along with the other 23 students. That's a big motivation for me. I mean, motivation can be so small, and I get that motivation every 4 days in a week. So this is just, I want to share, it can be small, it can be big, but what is really making you go? So nobody can motivate you permanently. So please note all this. This I'm talking about from my experience as a coach in the industry of health and wellness and personal development, as well as business. But I have been coaching pilots since 1986. It's a fairly long time. So you are the creator of your motivation. Remember that. And in my opinion, I have been doing this research on this very topic for the last 2 weeks. A lot of books that I have read and I've been applying too. So motivation, in my opinion, is the byproduct of positive thinking. So I'll repeat that motivation that is there, it is from your mind, what is inside you. Motivation is the outcome of your positive thinking. And this, while I was doing research, this idea came to my mind. I've been talking about that motivation is important, but that is connected with your positive thinking. Motivation is temporary. It goes up and down. Just like this curve, like your sinusoidal curve, it goes up, goes down, goes up, sometimes levels. So this is how life is all about. So positive thinking is permanent. And that's what I should be working upon every day. This is not something that you work for in that big seminar, or today you are with me in the webinar, so you are here to get motivation and a positive thinking. You need to work on your positive thoughts, on your positive thinking, on your positive action every day, day in and day out. And I'll show you how you can do that. So the question is now, why people think the way they think? It's interesting. This question, there are a lot of researchers and psychologists and neuroscientists who are doing it. So everything is from our brain. There is a programming happening. And can you imagine this programming starts just after the birth of a child? It's amazing. Oprah's quote is, if you look at what you have in life, you'll always have more. And this is what we call it a mindset of abundance. If you look at what you don't have in life, you will never have enough. And that's called mindset of scarcity. So whatever is happening, we are the creator. What we are putting inside, and there are a few other examples also. So what and who are really influencing our thoughts is the people around us. The people that we have, they can be your relatives, they can be friends, they can be your colleagues. And I'll show you some really practical stories, real stories. Environment, even the environment. It's a very gloomy day, very dark day, it's not shining. That also affects the mood of the people. And the biggest influences are media. And today, everybody is glued to their mobile. Their time, their spare time, whatever time is on that internet, whether it is a Facebook or whether it is other social media or YouTube, whatever they are doing, they are on the internet. And whatever you are putting in your mind, that's what you are becoming. Newspaper, of course, television, radio, magazine. But now the other four has been taken over by internet. So what is the origin? You see, the coin that we have, there are two sides. You cannot remove negativity from positivity. So if you would like to become positive, you would like to have a positive mindset, you need to remove the negativity. So first, we need to analyze, where is this negativity starting? From where is it starting? So if you look at this picture, this is the example that I give in the workshop all the time. There's a big white, page, and on that page, there is a black dot. I wish I had a poll also. So, most of the people, when they see this picture, they look at the black dot. But 99% of the space in this is white, but they are looking at the black dot. So this is what actually happens in life also. You look at a person who's doing so much of good, and one small thing that he does bad or he does wrong, and everybody starts talking about that wrong thing. So this is how our mindset is basically programmed. It is linked with our past. So there is a research done in America. From birth to 18 years, the child who becomes a teenager hears 148,000 no's. So imagine so much of no, what will happen after he come out of his high school or once he does his university and all that. I come from the Asian background, and in Asia, I would say it's not 148,000, it's more than 200,000. Because as a child, I've been hearing so many no's. And sometimes we used to get beating also. And that's how our culture is. But what you need to understand is what is happening, what that no is doing to that person. So there are behavioral researchers have calculated 77% of everything we think is negative. Imagine 3/4 of our thoughts are negative. Our past is connected with our present for sure. Now look at this picture. On the right side, there's a guy who looks at that dog, and then he just takes his hands away. The moment that's a reflex action that he's doing. Something happened when he was maybe 2 years or 3 years old, and now he's an adult, and this is what has happened. So there is something connected with our past. Something bad happened, something negative happened, something happened which is lingering on to our present. So do you know, we are all prisoners in our own mind. I did a course last month, and in that, the coach was talking about this, how we are kind of chained and shackled in that prison. We cannot move forward. So we are the prisoners, and can you see the lock? And the good news is, interesting thing is, the key to that prison is with you. It's with nobody else. I repeat, if we are prisoner in our own minds, only and only we can come out of that prison. Nobody can take us out. Nobody can get inside your brain. So if you would like to get out, the key to that prison is you. So do you know, most of us are not really authentic. Why we are not authentic? Because whatever we are doing, we are having a mask. Now, everybody knows the mask. I'm talking about this mask. Can you see this mask? There was a nice movie. That guy did not, the guy with this type of mask, he did not come out of that mask at all till the end of the movie. Now, this mask that we are putting on is what? It is inauthenticity. We are behind the mask. We don't show who we are. We show what we want other to see us as. Is that authentic? Is that who you are? When you interact with people, right from your home, whether it's your mom and dad, whether you're brothers and sisters, your wife and children, you need to be you, not somebody else. Please, please, I repeat, that this mask, take it off and throw it. Be authentic, and you will see how your life will change. Authenticity is what people like. They like you who you are. You can be not very educated. You don't have to pose that you are a highly educated person. You can be just an ordinary person. You don't have to pose. By putting on a jacket or by driving a nice car, you don't become rich. There's a beautiful book called Think and Grow Rich. And I would very strongly recommend everyone to go through that book. And that is one of my favorite books. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. How one person can become rich. So I hope I have made this point very clear, because we are all posing ourselves who we are not. The moment you become authentic, you become a positive thinker. People see you as the real person. Inauthentic people are negative. Let me tell you, whatever he is trying to show to the people, he or she is not. So what are the negative thoughts and emotions? There are a lot of negative thoughts and emotions. I've just selected some of them. They can be hundreds. Fear, jealousy, hatred, anger, hopelessness, failure, ungratefulness, and the last is the ego or that arrogance. These are just some of the negative thoughts and emotions people have. And the other people, they don't like these. Some of the negative thoughts they are inside you. Some are inside you and you show it to the other people. So what is the impact of negativity? Now, this is important. And this is, again, this is my own research, my own experience, that when a person is negative, to that person, he sees everything negative. And I'll give you a beautiful example. It's a beautiful day. It's sunny and it's not hot, not warm, and you say it's a beautiful day. And what that negative person say? What's so beautiful about this day? He sees everything from a negative lens. That's what, unfortunately, the negative people are, is thinking and talking and doing. So in doing that negative person, what he is doing, first of all, he is harming himself or herself and making themselves miserable. They are in depression, they are in anxiety, and all kinds of pills they are popping in. His negative behavior, now the surrounding, the people around him, making that little impact. And if the person is really intelligent, what will that person do? Is going to run away from that person. So that person in the end becomes lonely. So negative faces look at all this. That's how the negative face looks like. Nobody likes negative people. Let me tell you, in a room, there are a lot of people, and there's a guy who's just talking negativity and all kinds of negative words, and whatever he's saying, There will be just few people around him. And there's another guy who's full of fun and positivity. You will see how that person is attracting people. And what happens? In the room, there is a negative vibe and there's a positive vibe. And when this negative character goes out of the room, the room lights up. People like to be around positive people. So your mind the mind that we have is just like a garden. And this beautiful garden that you're looking at, this is close to my city where I'm living. This is Bouchard Garden in Victoria, one of the most beautiful gardens. Anyway, your thoughts are the seeds. The harvest will bring either flowers or weeds. So how you plant those seeds in your mind is going to have the flowers or the weeds. And I just made this video 2 days back. Ashwin, can you just play the video? So by now, you know, the topic is positive thinking. But there is so much of negativity. And you've seen all the examples. And I'm standing here in this lawn, in this garden, and I'll show you few of the weeds. From far away, you are looking at the lawn, which looks so beautiful. But if you look deep inside, this is one of the kind of the weed, which is this one. And I'll show you, come over here, and then you see this is another type of weeds, which is just like a grass, it goes inside. And the last one is this one. So these are the different types of weeds which kills the grass. So what you need to understand is, just like these weeds, there are weeds which is eating away our mind. And these weeds need special tools. Why I'm with this tool is, you can see I'm going to just put it inside and I'm going to turn it, and the entire weed, if you look at it, is come out. So it's not an easy job. If there are, the entire lawn is with these weeds. So every weed has got a different tools to be taken out. Likewise, what is growing in our mind, the negativity, is just like these weeds. And you need to understand how to take it out. Whether it is people around you, whether it is your thought, whether what you are looking at, what you are hearing, what you are saying, all these are different ways to take the negativity out. So if you stay till the end of this webinar, you will see all the tips and the skills that you need to get the negativity out and have positivity in your life. Thank you. So I need to share the screen again, looks like. Okay, yes, no problem. Yes. Okay. All right. Now, those who are fond of gardening, and you've got rose plants planted in your garden, after some time, this rose plant stops giving flower. So it needs to be pruned. You know, you cut it, and there is a special way to go about with it. And you go to Google and you'll find everything. So if you look at on the left side, there is that same rose plant. And on the right side, what has happened is full of flowers. And I'm doing it with my wife over here in my garden. I love gardening, and I'm there, you know, in the summertime. This is what you need to do. There will be negative people in your life. Just like that, you need to, you know, either talk to them politely and tell them that this is not what life is all about. But that influence of those negative will be so much that you will become negative. You don't want to get negative. So what do? You stay away from them. You stop interacting with them, and you can make just, you know, some dua for them, for those people who are really close to you. I mean, they are your brothers and your, you know, maybe your cousins and your uncles. So you need to, you know, understand these are the negative people I have to stay away. Now, if you are in an area which is full of bad smell, after some time that bad smell will go into your body. And like people who works in tanneries, leather tanneries, I mean, they don't feel it also, they can't smell it also, but when they move out of their factory and they go to somebody else, they can smell them. So that's called negativity. I mean, that poor fellow is working, but then he has to get out of that work because that's killing his health too. So we need to understand that past is past. Don't let your yesterday take up your today. So what you need to understand is learn to let it go. And that is the key of happiness. If you have seen the movie, I've seen it with my grandchildren, Frozen. There's a song, let it go, and let it go. So you need to break from your past. That is the most important thing. And there are ways that you need to learn. There are so many books on it. So learning to live in the present moment is part of your journey of joy. You see, if you look at the word present is a gift from God. Past is from where you should learn some lessons. And we should not start living too much in the future also. This is where you should be living, present, today, moment. That's what you should be learning and practicing. This is a beautiful quote from Helen Keller. Keep your face to the sun. If the sun is coming and you cannot see the shadow, that is the positivity. Shadow, you look at the back and whatever you're looking, you need to, shadow will be there, but don't look at the negativity. The negativities will be there all the time. So you cannot remove the shadow, but you don't want to see the shadow. You should look at the sun. And that's a beautiful quote. So it is you and you only who can change the negative thoughts to positive. Nothing can bring you happiness but yourself. And these are great authors, thinkers, philosophers. And there are so many books which have been written on this. So if you think, everything starts from here, remember, you can. And this is another beautiful book. This is a book which really motivates me, and there are a lot of practical tips. It's right there. So for this webinar, of course, I've consulted this book also. Buy these books. And these are the things that you need to have in your life. Beautiful books are there. And their 40 years or 50 years or 30 years of their practical experience, research, they have got it for you. So now the exercise that I'm going to have, you need to master your thoughts. You need to do the following exercises. Now, just listen to me. You need to, on a piece of paper, write what are the negative thoughts, only you know, and beliefs that you have. Just write it down. And you need to work one by one or one or two at a time to remove it, to eliminate it, just eradicate it from your mind. It is tough, let me tell you, it's not easy. So you know what your negative thoughts are, write them, and then you replace them with positive thoughts. What I mean by that? I mean, you're fearful of certain thing, come out of that fear. Why that fear has crept in? Because remember, the word fear, F-E-A-R, fear, just one word. It is false evidence appearing real. I'll repeat, F-E-A-R, false evidence, which you're thinking in your mind, that is the thing appearing real today. It had happened before, but why just stick to that thing? Get out of that. So this is what you can do in your spare time. You can do before you go to sleep, and just talk to yourself. Talk to yourself. So this exercise will take few weeks to few months. but you need to work every day, day in and day out, in order to become positive, in order to become a better person, in order to be a person who's loved and liked. Sometimes you don't see the answer to whatever you're going through, then you need help. There's no harm to go to a teacher, to a coach, to a mentor who are at that level, who you trust. It can be your dad, it can be your mom, it can be your husband, it can be your wife, because they look at you, how you think also. Your best friends, they will tell you, are you positive, you are negative? You ask them, they'll tell you. You are this and this, and you are this and that. So the positive thoughts and emotions are many. Again, I've chosen just few. Gratitude. That is the ultimate. You keep on saying thank you and thank you to people, you will feel good. I swear. I mean, if a person has done that much of favor, so when you are saying thank you, that person feels good, you feel good too. Serenity, peace, your interest, which the passion that you have, hope, pride, amusement, inspiration, awe, love, joy. And I'm going to talk about joy. Whatever we are doing business, we are working, we are doing kind of discovery, the invention, research. End of the day, we should find joy in that. Whatever you are doing, that happiness has to be there. So this is the face of the happy people, of the positive people. So if you look at that, you feel joyous. And you saw the faces of the negative people too. So here you need to, how you come out of that negativity is you have to tell yourself, you have to keep on telling yourself, that's called programming. I'm a positive thinker. I'm a positive thinker. So that is the affirmation that you need to do every day. Now I'll do another exercise for you. How you can do this affirmation is when you keep on repeating. And there is a complete book on self-talk. This is one of the best book that I have written. There are a lot of tips and how to go about with it in a very practical way, easy way. And you need to, again, read this book for sure. Write your why, and you know what you want in your life. That remember the motivation, that carrot which is there. So there is a research being done, and the research is that the carrot is there, and then you are running after it, and the carrot goes a little bit far away. You're still running after it, and then after some time, you can see it blurred. And even if it is gone, you are still running because that inner motivation is there. So what is your why? What is your positive thoughts, which needs to be converted into action? Now, when you have read your why of your life, write it. Don't think. Write it in a card, okay, and put it next to your bed, and read it loud 2 times. One, first thing in the morning, you get up and you say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, and then you read it, and you go for the whole day, work, business, come back at night, just before going to sleep, again, see that affirmation card and read it loudly, not like that. So what you are doing is you are keep on repeating, and your mind is getting reprogrammed. That's what you need to do. And other than that, this is where the real thing comes, where they say that tire meets the road, the rubber meets the road, that connection is there. You need to feel it. You need to believe in what you are saying. You can. You need to just, close your eyes, and maybe you have memorized it, and then you talk loudly. You keep on saying, Alhamdulillah, I am the person who like to help people. I am the person who like to help people. If that is what is going to give you a joy, do that. I want to change my life to the positive side. I want to do I want to do that. So you need to believe in yourself. Without belief, nothing happens. I'll tell you, this is a very, interesting story of a donkey in the well. Um, this you might have heard it, but I'm going to now talk about this donkey. The farmer had this donkey, and by accident, the donkey goes inside the well. And then the farmer goes and sees the donkey is there. The donkey is already very old, and I was thinking of getting a new donkey. So let's put the dirt and get the donkey buried in the well. So they started. He called all his friends, the farmers. They started shoveling the mud inside. The mud inside. After about 5-10 minutes, he looks at the donkey, and the donkey is still there. And they are amazed. He said, okay, let's put more. What happens to the donkey? Donkey first, when it starts getting all the mud, and it's really now fearful that it's going to die for that short time. And then what he started doing, he started shaking his body, and whatever mud was coming on top of him, he started coming out of it and coming out of it. And they kept on throwing the mud on top of him. And finally, the mud was right to the top. He just jumped out of the well and walked out. So what is the moral of the story? The moral of the story is people will throw all kind of nonsense and negativity on you. It is you who need to get out of it. Only you can do that. And you can go to the YouTube, you can go to the Google image, and you'll find I got this thing from there. Now, what I'm going to tell you is my own story of the environment, the toxic environment that I was in. Corporate world is typical. You do whatever you do best. You put your heart and soul and blood and whatever to the job. The boss is never happy. And unfortunately, the environment that I was in, even my colleagues, most of them were very negative. When I changed my life from doing a job into getting into entrepreneurship in order to get my good health, so I started talking to my people who are my colleagues. Imagine in my own room, I'm talking to the people and they're not believing and they're backstabbing me. Imagine. So these are the negativities that I had in my job. So what happened? What did I do? Exactly like this animal, I came out of that negativity, and I said, I'll make sure that I get out of my job within 3 to 4 years. And Alhamdulillah, I'm so thankful to Allah. Even if I thank billion times, it's less, that I'm out of my job and got my freedom in 2007. And now you saw that video. I'm coaching people around the world, being happy, positive. So people will talk about you negative. People will talk all kinds of, stupid things, nonsense things, which you are not. It is you who have to come out of that situation. So the pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. There's an opportunity given and looks at the negative side. The optimist, the positive thinkers, sees opportunity in every difficulty. If there is a no, they know how to get yes out of that no. So how you can become positive? Be with positive people. They are beautiful people. They are very few, unfortunately. There are not many. You saw the research done, okay? 3/4 of the people are having negative thoughts. Negative thoughts means negative action and all that. Read good books. They are the best partners that you have. And the books that you are reading, this is all on the positive note. Watch inspiration films. There are so many beautiful documentaries and motivational films. So choose to be positive. You are here right now. I'm looking at 91 participants right now. It's your decision to be here, to learn. So you are in a positive environment, right? Surround yourself with positive things. Look for the positive in every situation. Again, you look at that dot or you look at the whole white page. That's up to you. Spread positivity and remember God's promise. That is, there is definitely a positivity every year. There is hope. The whole world, this beautiful world that Allah has made, is for us. It's a present. So positive or negative, do we have a choice? So Ashwan, can we have a poll again? This is the last poll that we are having. Go ahead, please. So do we have a choice to become a positive or negative? So after this, almost I've taken about 40 minutes. Most of you are saying yes. I have now 36 people who have answered. Please, just you have to click yes or no. It's a very simple exercise. So there's 3 people who have said no, and 47 people are saying yes. And we have got another 20 seconds. Please hit the button, yes or no. You cannot hit both the buttons, by the way. So that will be exactly 1 minute. We'll look at the score of the people who says yes, or who some of the people who are saying no. All right, Ashwin, can you please kindly? Okay, so there you are. You are looking at, most of you all have agreed that the choice to be positive or negative is yours. And no, there are 7% of the people. So can we just come out of the poll? And so you see, you know the answer. The choice is yours. The decision is yours. So the psychology says, the psychologist says that when you focus on problems, you'll have more problems. That small problem will look big. When you focus on the possibilities, you have more opportunities. And you won't believe it, last night I was sitting with a child psychologist. Now, this is something I need you to please understand. And this person is a graduate from Columbia University. And I was interviewing, and even in this morning, I wanted to get a few things sorted out, because this is a big research. The child who is just born, 1 month old, can you imagine? That lady was saying that he or she, that small child, is seeing the mom when the mom is frowning or the mom is smiling. And that is the reaction, the positive or the negative reaction that the child is having. Imagine, just 1 month. They did a research on 3 months children, not one, to many of them. And the child, the 3 months child, was on the arm of the mother, and the mother, for some time, just look at me, just did not talk, just kept on looking at the child. You know, after some time, what the child did, the child started crying. Why? Because she got, or the child got, the negative vibe. So this is what we need to understand. We need to have a replacement behavior. These are the word of the psychologist. We need to have the positive reinforcement behavior, first to the people around and then to us. Now, you must be hearing that if I'm a teacher, I say that, please be quiet, or don't run on the hallway in the school. As a teacher. Instead, the please be quiet is a negative sentence. Rather than the positive reinforcement is, you should be working, or, if you do this, instead of working on the negativity, work on the positivity. And this behavior that we are having between the children and the teacher, and the child and the mom and dad. Let's talk about mom and dad. I mean, in my the children that I am having, and I'm looking at them. I mean, the way they are talking to their children is completely different the way that I was talking to my children. So the mom and dad need to be a role model. When I teach my child to say thank you. So I can say, you should say thank you. But where the impact of that in the mind of that child will be when my wife get me a cup of coffee and I tell her thank you. Just simple thank you. The child is looking at the mom and the dad. And that has got a bigger impact than drilling that, you should say thank you. You should say thank you. That is not the way. And I may have a complete 1-hour session with this psychologist. So this is another beautiful book called The Art of Possibility. Beautiful, practical. There is possible and there is impossible. How you can convert the impossible to possibility. And again, a beautiful book. I would like to highlight few of my favorite positive actions, which I love, and I'm sure you would be loving as a positive person. This is a quote from Mother Teresa. Kind words can be short and easy to speak, but the echoes are truly endless. We need to be grateful. As I have earlier said, anyone who has done favor or not, even those, we should be thankful. And most important, we should be thankful to our Creator, Allah, for everything He has blessed us with. Whatever we are today is because of Him. And this is what you need to understand. You will feel, I assure you, you are thankful. From inside, you will feel good. And let me read this thing. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns that we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It can turn a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, bring peace for today, and creates vision for tomorrow. We are living in a very chaotic world, and we need to come out of this confusion, out of this negativity, to become happy, to become more fulfilling. Time spent with your loved ones. End of the day, remember, in this world, those loved ones who are your core family members, that is where you should be spending time. There is only one happiness in this life, to love. And when you give love, you will be loved. And this is with my grandchildren, happiness now, back with my family. And you can see we are all flying. And those who are seeing, who are not, you must be kind of curious and question why everybody's taking out their tongue and their tongues are green. That is the spirulina that they are eating. And I told them, okay. And with those 3 children, I can't even breathe. And you can see I'm right there. I'm trying to take out my tongue, but I can't. And that's what the life is all about. Be with your loved ones. Serving others and contributing to the world. How much you have given to the world. It can be small, it can be big. What we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. That's not legacy. You should be leaving legacy. You should be a living legend. You should be living example that you are the person. And everybody cannot become Mother Teresa or, all those big names. What we have done for others and the world remain, and you will be an immortal. This is just a small thing. I'm not trying to, impress upon you, but the thing is here, these are the small children outside Karachi who have got night blindness. They cannot see after sunset. And this project, I was involved in 2012. There were about 15 children. They could not see. And we went out to this village where more than 50% of the children were blind. And within 4 months' time, our natural organic health and wellness product got their vision back. So it is such a joy that is still, this is still my passion. I mean, I'm going to keep on working for these children. I mean, just take one small project, one thing you want to make your community better. Do some community work. I mean, I tell all my friends who are, retired from the job, whatever you have done, you have played your inning. Now it's a time to pay back. This is the beautiful quote. Thousands of candles can be lighted from one single candle, and the life of the candle will not be shortened. Happiness never decreases by being shared. Share that joy to make the other people's life better, happier. So in giving, when you are giving, we generate warmth. In giving, we feel connected. When we are giving, in giving, we discover love. And in the end, I will quote my favorite from our Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The upper hand, the one that gives, is better than the lower hand that one receives. This is such a powerful quote, the hadith from our Prophet, beloved Prophet, that when I saw this quote, I said, what a great man. This man, in a very, very difficult time, changed not only that small part of the world, but changed the entire region in that area. So coming to you, don't think that you are a super rich person. Whatever you can do, you should do. Whether it's charity, whether it is your education, whether it is not only money, your education that you are giving is great. So my passion, alhamdulillah, this is just I changed my Facebook profile, helping people globally to be healthy, become financially free, and live their best life. And that is what I'm going to do, which in Arabic or in Urdu, it is called Hukukul Ibad. Whatever I have gained is now to be given out to the people, whatever I can do, in whatever form, in whatever way. So all those who are in DXN, you can go to another website, which I'm going to tell you, and all those who are new. So my two gifts is, number one, I've got my brand is Map Your Freedom. If you look at that, so you can go to mapyourfreedom.com. And are you ready to map your freedom? I'm talking from the health and wellness point of view, from entrepreneurship point of view, from personal development point of view. Whatever way I can do a service to you, it'll be my pleasure. Write your name and email and whatever your comments are, and I'm there within 24 to 48 hours. And now I come to a person whom I'm listening for more than 5 years. His name is Darren Hardy. Every day, just for 3 to 5 minutes, he gives his wealth of knowledge and experience in this DarrenHardy.com, Darren Daily. Please note this motivation. As I told you, this phone is useless if it is not charged every day. Sometimes I have to charge twice because so much of webinar and talking going on. So imagine if this is the phone, what about you? You need to be charged on an every day. So this is something I would like all of you to subscribe. It's free. You don't have to pay any money. And I've learned a lot of things. And in today's webinar, just recently, he talked about that a donkey in the well. So I shared that. And the way he explains it's beautiful. So go and subscribe to this and you will be motivated every day. Something new that he's talking about. The references of today's webinar is The Road to Happiness, which is, this is the beautiful book again, that is the book. And Think and Grow Rich, The Art of Possibility, The Power of Kindness, What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. When you talk to yourself. These are the books and Darren Hardy's beautiful motivational things that we have. How can I help you after this webinar is, I've got a YouTube channel called Map Your Freedom. That's my channel. I have got 182 videos in that. And they are all on the positive note, on the health, on the whatever you would like, you can enjoy it. And my Facebook group, is health, wealth, and personal development. Today, my topic is on the personal development, and this is what I coach people, and you need to send me a joining request there, where I'm going to have you in. And all those who are invited personally by me, I would like you to go to that same Map Your Freedom or contact me, and then you can say and give me a feedback. I need your feedback because I am not perfect. I am still learning. I'm still a student of whatever is being taught to me, and I will learn from your feedback. And please do you write how did you find this, where you want me to improve. So my prayers goes out to everyone who has attended, who's not attended this, or who's attending, that you stay safe, stay healthy, and be happy, be positive. God bless you all. Thank you, and over to question and answers.
Great. Thank you so much, Mr. Fatemi Ghani, for that wonderful lecture that you have given. It was lively, it was informative. We get to know many new things, and in particular, it was just need of the hour. As I told in the beginning, how to stay positive is a very important topic, especially in this era where we live with this much of difficulties. And thank you so much for coming out with a brilliant thought of educating people more. Like you said, you're still a student, but we got to get many new things to learn from you. Thank you so much for that.
You're most welcome. Now I'm open to the question. By the way, this was a request by some of my students. The sir, like you said, there people are losing job. We are in depression and all that. So do something. So this is how I learned from my people. I mean, they teach me. Okay. So do we have some questions? So there are three. People are raising hand. I would request, please don't raise hand. Write the question in the chat box and send it out to Shabby.
Yes, please. You may write your questions in the chat box, and we are going to pick your questions from here. Okay, everybody is thanking you for this wonderful lecture. We are getting a lot of messages coming in. Everybody is thanking you, praying for you for this wonderful lecture that you have given. Ghani, lot of amazing messages are coming in.
Thank you
so much for your feedback.
You see, I just want to, sorry for interruption, Shabby. You see, I become a happy person. I become a positive person with your vibes. When you thank me, I get kind of very, very kind of rich in mind and my heart. And I would like to announce, there are a lot of people who don't understand English. I would like to do the same webinar in Urdu and Hindi in the month of July. So I'm announcing right now, so you can put it in your schedule. July I will be doing the same thing, and in that, when I'm talking in my mother language, then I kind of get connected with people also, of course.
Absolutely.
So what is the question?
We are having one question from Muhammad Asher from Sweden. Asher, welcome to this show, and he's asking about one advice on consistency.
Consistency. That is one of the key of success, which is another word is called perseverance. Is another word is perseverance. All those people, I'll give you an example. The prophets who came from Abraham to Moses, to Jesus, to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, all these people who came with the message, they had a lot of challenges. Okay, now you come to people of the world like Nelson Mandela, like Mother Teresa. I mean, all these people, you think they didn't have challenges? They had challenges, but they did not get out of the track. They were laser focused. So you need to, Asher, remind yourself what you are doing, but more important is why you are doing it. That motivation has to be from inside. You need to reach out to people in order to give them the solution. There is a problem, and we are a solution provider, and show them the happy ending. The happy ending is when they come out of their problems, they feel good, they look good, and they talk good. So what actually happens, in life, as I showed you the sinusoidal curve, it goes up and down. So your persistency or your persistent or consistency, it goes up and then it starts going down. The moment it starts going down, that is the time to realize that you have to get back to that upward trend. So what is causing it is some negative thought, some negative vibe, some negative words, some negative action of the people. So you need to correct. You are the person, you are the best person. Why it is happening? Now, you are going on this path and they are trying to drag you here. They are going to drag you there. So you need to be, consistent. Your why is to help people. That's your why. You are doing great job in Sweden. I mean, I'm seeing, a lot of people are getting help. Now the adjoining country, Norway, is getting help from you. So you remember, sometimes you don't do it for yourself, you do for others. And in our business, which is a great business of relationship marketing, you build a relationship. So what is the key word? You need to help many people get what they want, and you will automatically get what you want. So don't look at yourself, look at others, what they want, what they need. And we have got a beautiful product which is giving health to people. 10 million people are benefiting. There are millions of people who are benefiting from the business point of view, from income generation. There are a lot of people who have lost a job. So you can help them out, but you have to be authentic, 100%. So this, remember, we have to be real. We need to get connected with people from our heart, not from here, not from here. That makes a big difference. And inshallah ta'ala, you're doing a great job. Next question, please.
Thank you so much for that wonderful answer. Moving on to the next question, we are having a question from one of the greatest leaders of DXN from Kuwait, Mr. Adam Dafalla is here. And he's asking,
I love this guy. Very positive person.
Very positive person, yes. He's asking, Mr. Ghani, what is your advice for us in this pandemic difficult time?
First of all, you have to take care of yourself. That is the most important thing. So you need to, take care of your health. How you take care of your health? Have all the products which Dr. Lim has, told us in January of last year. Not just one spoon of Ganoderma or a few, those capsules and a few spirulina. No, that will not work. You have to have, a quarter mega dose of these two things only. If you take some more. So first thing is you take care of your health and take care of the health of the people around you, starting from all your family. Don't look at your money now. The investment that you all need to do is in your health. You can have a beautiful house, you can have the Porsche car, and you can put on the, the best of the suit. It is not going to help you in your good health. You need to invest and you need to give this message out to the people. And remember, Adam, you need to reach out to the people without being salesy. No selling is required. Our products, if 10 million people are using, from the royal family to the ordinary people, so the product is helping. So reach out to the people, not with the intention of selling the product or making them members. Don't do that. And you will have a lot of people. And people who are in small countries like Bahrain and Kuwait and Qatar, these are small countries. From there, you reach out to the people, use social media and be visible and tell people that you are there to help them, not harm them. And you are the best person to talk about your life, how your life changed. You see, when I was talking about the positivity and negativity, I was engulfed in negativity. People started throwing, all kind of garbage on me. Look at this, Mr. Ghani. He's selling coffee and toothpaste and soap. This is what he's doing. So I told them that, look here, I'm not selling coffee or toothpaste. I'm getting my freedom, which you will never get in your job. I was so, kind of very blunt to them. And I worked hard. Alhamdulillah, by the grace of Allah, everything is from Allah. And I got my freedom. And that is the reason Map Your Freedom is my brand. Okay, thank you. I think I have answered that question.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ghani. And thank you, Mr. Adam, for that question. We will take the last question because of time constraint, Mr. Ghani. There is another question coming from Tarneem Fatima. She's asking, what if one is suffering from anxiety for decades? How to deal with it?
Now, remember, our products are not specific for any disease or organ. Okay, whether it is anxiety, whether it's depression, there are two parts of disease. One is physical and one is psychological. In both the cases, you need to go to the doctor. We are not doctors and we are not prescribing you medicine. We are giving you food. But food as medicine, and alhamdulillah, people in my 19 years of journey with DX, and alhamdulillah, I've seen a lot of people suffering from depression for a long time, anxiety for a long time, migraine for a long time, and they have come out of it. But I told them that if you are taking Prozac, medicine for depression, keep on taking it, and you supplement it. You know, our products are health supplement, food supplement. It is supplemented with the medicine, and let the doctor decide whether you should come out of the medicine or not. So, of course, my topic of today is these type of mental sickness is mostly psychological. So, a lot of solution is with you. You know, even the doctors, they don't have the solution. You are the answer to your own diseases. But where you need to be consulted by doctors, go. First thing, don't come to us, but use it along with it. And I assure you, inshallah ta'ala, within 1 year time, if somebody that you are trying to refer who's suffering from anxiety will come out. Why? Because there is a product called Lion's Mane. And the way it works in our mind is whatever is causing those mental sickness, which is the myelin sheath and the NGF. There are two things which is going wrong in our mind, which is creating those mental sickness. So Lion's Mane has got both the properties, the ingredients to make the myelin sheath better, stronger, and give the NGF, which is called nerve growth factor, which is a special protein molecule in the brain. So it is working in the cause of the problem, not the problem. The doctors give you medicine looking at the symptom, and they give you the medicine. I'll just end up. I had a stomach problem, but I had other related, which is called pre-genetic, what Dr. Asma keeps on talking about, which has come through gene from my ancestors. And that's my diabetes and heart and other and cholesterol and blood pressure. I was on a borderline. So as I was taking my medicine and started supplementing it with our supplements, alhamdulillah, within 1 year, my problem reduced. Within 2 years, I came out of all the issues that I was having. If I would have gone to the doctor, then they would have given me 4 or 5 different types of medicines. So the product works. We cannot just keep on talking. We need to work on ourselves with those superfood. When you saw everybody was like that, you know, flying my. So I told my grandchildren, how do you feel? I said, that's what the idea came. I said, Dadu, it's like, you know, we are flying. I said, let's fly. And you saw that beautiful picture of my grandchildren. So thank you very much from the core of my heart. I pray for all of you all to be healthy and happy and be positive thinkers.
Kenny, we have one last question because this question just came up. Can we ask that also?
Sure. I'm ready to be with you all for another 1 hour.
Thank you so much for that. Kenny, there is a question. Kindly suggest me, how can I overcome my problem of time killing? How can I make myself more accountable? As in direct selling, there is no boss. Please give me any solution for it.
That's a wonderful question. Time management is the thing, right? That's what the question is? Okay.
Yes.
The time management, we are doing a lot of things at one time. Everybody has got 168 hours in a week. 24 multiplied by 7, simple calculation, 168 hours. Okay, you ask yourself, you just write it down. Okay, 168 hours, how many hours are you working? 50 hours. How many hours you are sleeping? 7 hours multiplied by 7, 50 hours, 100 hours. Okay, what are you doing with your 68 hours? Now, the negativity which is happening in our lives, we are glued to this very good thing, but sometimes this becomes very stupid because you are glued to it, looking at how many people like my Facebook. You are just glued to that. That is not what you are looking at, and it sucks your time. It sucks. You're watching your Netflix on the weekend for not 1 hour, for 4, 5 hours. Anytime I'm looking at the people. They love to sit down. Now, Amazon has got their own channel also. ZTV has got their own channel also. So you don't know. And you are glued to that for 3, 4, 5 hours. Drama after drama, films after films. That's the time waster. Look at the newspaper. You are looking at the newspaper, especially, I know I've been to Kerala about 5 times, the most literate state of India. Right from, everybody has got a newspaper there. I was going in a boathouse and I was looking at the people. So, they are on the charpai and everybody is reading the newspaper. And what is in the newspaper? Mostly negative news. You find out what is happening. That's it. One liner is good enough. Nobody is going to give you. Now, this is again a topic which is connected to our topic today. Look at the social media, look at the television, look at the newspaper. The first thing they want to attract your attention is with a negative, bad news. How many people got killed? Earthquake. How many during the pandemic? How many people got COVID in so many countries? How many millions of people? That's what they are putting on your face, and that's what is going in your mind. So you have time. You need to put 20 to 25 hours in your direct selling. You are the boss, but you're not the boss. Now, the moment you say that I am the boss, the problem comes. You know what you do? You put your feet on the table and then you relax. I said, okay, I don't have a boss. And why you work so good in your job is because you've got a boss and you have got a thing. What is that thing called? You got a ruler. You get that in the form of love. The boss is not going to hit you like that. The boss is going to give you a love letter and give you a termination letter. That's a fire. Now, in our business, nobody can fire you. Only person who can fire you is you, yourself. Or unless you do something bad, then the company is going to fire you. So you need to understand how you can get laser focus for 20 to 25 hours. Because most of you all are a part-timer. You are doing the business as a hobby. I'll be very frank with you. I have seen people who is reading a lot of books and getting all the trainings, which we have the best place in the world. Let me tell you, all those who are in the Middle East, you are in the best place in the world of the DXN world. Because I've traveled, as I told you, I've traveled to a lot of places I've seen. So you need to do it as your business. Have the priority, high priority. I've seen a lot of people who have put not 20 hours. Still right now in Saudi Arabia, there's a guy who's putting 120 hours per week. How could that person do it? Why can't you put, say, 30 hours, 40 hours? So now, the important thing is, you know exactly, write down. You have the logbook. Do it for 1 week. Every day, today is Friday. Forget about Friday, Saturday. What do you do from morning till night to go to sleep? Write it. And then you will find these are the time killers. Cross it and convert it into your DXN business. Now, in our business, what is the oxygen? The oxygen of our business is talking to people, finding their problems, giving the solution, prospecting, prospecting, prospecting. Now, whatever time that you have allotted, that 20 hours, 50% of your time should be in prospecting. Whatever now, this is what I was talking with Shebi also yesterday, that we have got so much of knowledge. We are, all these books, we have it now. Still, you need more knowledge? No, you've got basic knowledge, you have it. How to use the product, what are the benefits of the product? That's what you need. You don't have to become Dr. Lim or Dr. Asma or Dr. Ranjan to do the researches they let them do it, whatever they are doing, they are best at. You need to just use the product and see the benefit of the product and share it with the people of the product. That's not very difficult. So where you need to do, if you want to do business, you need to focus into talking to people, connecting with people. That's difficult. That's not easy. Every day, in, out. I've seen there are about 40 crown ambassadors in the world out of 10 million. They are still talking to people. If those crown ambassadors can talk, why not you as a star agent and star diamond? Why you are going into the comfort zone? So you need to prioritize prospecting. And then when you've got those 6 people or 10 people, team building. That is where you need to focus. Rest, keep it on the side. You don't have to become a big international coach and speakers and all that and earn maybe $1,000 or $500. What is the use of having $500? Well, look at me. I'm the speaker. I'm the trainer. I'm the coach. And you are earning only $500 or $100. End of the day, people come to know your worth. End of the day, in the business is how much bonus you're getting. And that bonus should give you the freedom not to just work like a job. When you do this full time, then only you will enjoy life. You will have that freedom, personal freedom, financial freedom, time freedom. You see, I mean, this was a heavy, I mean, I got this book and now this is, imagine, this is not small. And I had to take out some golden, a lot of reading was done. Till 2 o'clock in the morning, I was working on this whole thing to gather all. And then early in the morning, I got up again. How could I do it? Because I've got time freedom. I'm not working for somebody. I don't have to go anywhere. Now I can go and sleep. So it is up to you. And you're with one of the best companies in the world with the best product. And it is up to you again, how you program your mind, what priority you're giving. Time management is not the right word. I put that time priority, what you need to do. 50%, 60%, 70% prospecting, team building. That's it. That's it. And inshallah ta'ala, you will become successful. Thank you very much.
That was fantastic take-home message, Mr. Ghani. You have explained it so well. And when I was posing this question, I literally know that you are the person who can literally talk on how to manage your time, because we are seeing, we as from DXN Middle East, we have learned a lot from you. Basically, like in particular on this subject, like you know it very well, because right from the beginning you are emphasizing on the importance of having a proper time management, which will make people successful. Thank you so much. Now the message has been passed on to the public, and it's been recorded already. And it is your turn now to listen and to start implementing. This is the most important thing.
Most important. Implementation, action. That's where we are lacking. You have the right product. You have got all the training. Now, only thing that all of you who would like to take it as a business, who would like to get the time freedom, financial freedom, is to implement. That's it. Inshallah, you will be successful.
Thank you so much, Mr. Fatemi Ghani, for that wonderful lecture, for the wonderful answers that you have given. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Fatemi Ghani. We do have a lot of leaders who attended the session. We are thanking each one of the participants for attending, for taking your time for joining this wonderful presentation. And we hope this presentation has given some additional knowledge, some slight changes that will make some additional changes, so slight changes in your DXN career. throughout your life. Thank you so much, Mr. Fatemi Ghani, once again, and
Thank you.
we really
Welcome.
look forward for your next seminar for the DXM.
Thank you so much. Take care. Masalama and good morning. God bless you all. Thank you.